Welcome to Authentic for Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201. And yes, we're getting 3 podcasts today because I'm very sick and I kind of just want to get these out of the way. And I haven't been talked about this show, but this show, first of all, I think we have to talk about the Amazon young adult model, which has worked very well. I think whoever right now is in charge of green lighting these fucking young adult stories on Prime is doing a wonderful job. First of all, I love Megan Park. Right, for those of you who don't know, Megan Park was on Secret Life of American Teenager. She played the crazy Jesus girl, and I remember interacting with her once because she doesn't remember any of the Secret Life of American Teenager plot lines, and I remember everything of that show to a T because it was a for what people don't remember. Secret Life was one of the most popular fucking shows in 2008, right? Like, and it's crazy that like a show that was very like conservative, it was like basically an edgy Seventh Heaven, and she played the crazy Jesus chick. And there's a legitimate, I don't remember forming, she doesn't remember the storyline, is that she has sex with the quarterback, right? Because she was a virgin, the dude named Jack, and her dad was on the flight to, I want to believe, to Colombia, and the plane crashes, right? And she believes because she has sex, that is what God struck down the plane, right? And listen, Secret Life, what a wonderful cast of characters, and it really is amazing. Like, what a launching pad for her, for Jessica, and obviously for Shailene Woodley. I think everybody else has kind of like vanished from like the face of the earth. But Megan Park, very good because she also did My Old Ass, which another fucking wonderful show, which was the Audrey Plaza going back in time thing to interact with her past self and make sure you don't sleep with Chad because he'll get you pregnant or whatever bullshit. But this is a complete, unlike what Netflix is kind of doing with the rom-coms, where they're just greenlighting these Emily Emily, what the hell is this? What is the name of the person who wrote People We Meet on Vacation? Emily fucking I know it's Emily something, okay? What is it? Emily, not no, Emily Batter's the chick. I am vamping, and I know this is not good podcasting, but whatever. Okay. Oh, Emily Henry, right? Where they're just greenlighting on these Emily Henry stuff for like the Colleen Hoover things. This is interesting because like we have well the Vampire Diaries creator fucking God, I can't remember her name. Uh God. I am this is so Julie Plec, right? She did the We Were Liars. And also the whole thing is with these Amazon shows. They're all set on like these kind of Hamptonsy islands where just the chaos happens. Like We Were Liars has the whole I see the ghost because the house got on fire and then the dog died and all of it. And then we have Summer I Turned Pretty. First 2 seasons are good. Season 3 is fucking horrendous. I have no idea if that fucking wedding movie is gonna be good. But whatever. There was another fucking show that came out this summer that had the stupid kid from the High School Musical show. I thought that one was bad. And look, I try to give all these shows a chance. Like, first of all, Off Campus is the Gen Z One Tree Hill, and Off Campus is phenomenal. From what I understand, Off Campus is like 8 fucking books, but they're like condensing a lot of these books into 2 seasons. In reality, if these shows came back in like the original version of TV, they would have been wonderful 22 episode seasons, right? Because like Sterling Point is very the OC, right? Off Campus is very One Tree Hill. The Shards on Hulu is very Gossip Girl. So we have our 3, we have our Gen Z stars. Ella Rubin, first of all, looks like Anne Hathaway reincarnated. And Anne Hathaway is not dead, but my God, Ella Rubin, holy face card. And she's apparently dating the dude from the Jimmy Olsen from the James Gunn Superman movie, right? But like, holy shit, because this is let's kind of just get through it. It's a family secret that we set up 2 New Yorkers, twins. The boy twin is gay or bi. I don't know. He likes women and men, whatever. Right. And we the story of Annie Jacob, wealthy Brooklyn teenager. Hello, fucking Dan Humphrey, right? Whose life changes when her grandfather dies and leaves her a note and for her twin brother off an island in the college of Canada. Okay. And they actually shoot on this island in Canada. I understand tax credits and all of it. And then Annie discovers Ramona living there, and she learns that Ramona is her biological half sister, right? And then the summer becomes family secrets and sisterhood and romance because Annie's in love with Ellis, the local boy who helps navigate the island. And then this dude that she goes to school with in Brooklyn named Roy. Roy is not attractive enough for Annie, let's be realistic. Also, they're all 17 in this show, right? So we're not having they're all going to college. Now, what I do wonder is because these shows take forever to get made. And this is the problem with the streaming shows, but it seems to be like they're kind of figuring it out. It seems we're going to get Off Campus every May, right? Because Off Campus season 2 is filming right now. I assume because this show got an early greenlit, but it also seems like they only shoot in the warm months to do this show, and they have not started production on season 2 yet. So I guess this is a show that will appear in 2 years, kind of like how Summer I Turned Pretty did, which sucks. But I hope we're just kind of going to skip forward their senior year and just make them 18 and adults or going to college or whatever. But we learn the class differences. The islands are constantly getting sold between $9 to $20 million, the inheritance. And I kind of just want to say, okay, 2 teenagers who are 17 inherited an island, right? Who are broke. Well, they're kind of rich, but I don't think they're rich enough to pay like property tax on a fucking island and all of the things that have to go on with this. And we learned that guy, I had Grok make me a chart because the family tree drama in this show is very confusing to me. So, okay, Gordon Campbell, the grandfather who owns the island, had a child named Goldie Campbell, right? And she is the biological mom of Ramona. I'm trying to just follow this through, right? She married Stephen Jacob, who is the husband of Goldie, and we learn is also the biological father at the end in the finale, right? Is the biological father of Ramona and the adoptive father of Annie and Connor. Okay. They have Ramona, who is blood related, and then we have Annie and Connor, the twins, who are not blood related to anybody so far. I assume the season 2 mystery will be about who are the parents. I think this is a great thing. I assume with 23andMe, right? We're going to figure out who the fuck the parents are because we keep hearing stories about how like everyone on the island was just like, oh, they popped up one day and all of the situations. We also know that Joe, who is fucking Negan from The Walking Dead, had an affair with Goldie and was thought to believe to be the father of Ramona. Not true. She's also they all did a lot. I'm glad they did DNA tests for everybody across the board, all the adults we have on the show and the children, so we don't have to ask this question like who's related to who or anyone. So no, Joe is not the father of Annie and Connor. None of the adults we have met are blood related to Annie and Connor. Okay. So there we go. And now we got to wonder is we obviously know Goldie, whatever, had some type of relationship with whoever the biological parents, the biological mother of the twins, right? And who knows what the secret is? Maybe it was a realtor. Who knows? But I got to say, shout out to Megan Park for what is truly great because we were in this era between 2021 and 2023 where we had a lot of bad, I want to say, oh God, how do we say this? Woke. Yeah, like very annoying woke YA shows that were bad. And I mean this in a sense is like they did this whole nonsense where they all suddenly had like an ugly fat friend or for some reason, you know, whatever. Like the Gossip Girl reboot was fucking awful. The Pretty Little Liars reboot was awful. Sex Life of the College Girl was fucking horrendous. Generation was bad. Was it XO Kitty, My Life with the Walter Boys, Midnight Club, Heartstopper, like you get it. Like there was a point where like the Society was the last YA show that came out before like we have to wokeify the shows, right? And the Society would have been fucking fantastic, right? But the Society, similar to Riverdale and all that, were shows made before like whatever we have to diversify and make everything kind of woke. And then there's this 3-year period where they're all very fucking bad shows. But now we're in a point where like, okay, we just want hot people to be messy and things like that, right? Because of Off Campus. Look, Summer I Turned Pretty is a disaster for different reasons, right? But like it was okay. We Were Liars, Sterling Point, The Shards. Trying to think if we have any other like kind of like following a group of young whatever shows yet. I guess you could say Ginny and George, but I really don't care about that. That's more about like the adults and all the other nonsense that is happening. But you get it. We're in a good place right now because it seems to be like it's hard to make the coming of age stories with this because people are saying there's really not a lot of Gen Z stars, but I think there's a lot of Gen Z women stars, right? Because people are like, let's go through who are Gen Z women stars. For people who don't know, if you're turning 30 by the end of this year, you're not Gen Z, right? So Emily Batter, Haley Steinfeld, Zendaya, Ella Purnell, they're all 30 by the end of the year. They're millennials. They're the last year millennials. But look, we have like McKenna Grace, Kaya Gerber, Ella Rubin, Sadie Sink, Indy Neveretti, Millie Bobby Brown, Amelia Jones, Renee Rapp, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Jenna Ortega, Sydney Sweeney, Lily Rose, Destiny Chandler. Like we have a good crop of Gen Z stars. Now, for Gen Z males, I really can't think of like any of the males outside the off-campus guys. I'm gonna assume the dude's playing Cyclops on the X-Men movies. What the other fucking dude? I can't think. Mason Thomas, who's like in the How to Train Your Dragon live action movies, and like that is kind of it in terms of our like male up and coming stars. Because like the Gossip Girl reboot people, right, which would have been in the same cohort, were fucking all awful across the board. Okay, and I think this is that a stupid bald chick was a fucking annoying. There was, I guess, the androgynous Asian guy. I like the Gossip Girl reboot. Horrendous to a T. Okay, really bad. But like it is what it is. But we're here, okay? I'm excited to watch the show for how many seasons we get, but knowing it's a streaming show, we're only going to probably get 3 and then we're out. 3 over like 6 years because that is the process of how these fucking shows work. But my God, the characters are fully in that. Like I understand Annie. And this is the thing. I'm always going to relate to the hot New York wealthy character, right? Which is why I really liked this show. I know off campus, no one's really from New York. They're all like in Boston or Ohio, wherever Briar U is supposed to be, right? Like, but it is very One Tree Hill coded, right? Where the waitress and the hockey player, because I guess that's the thing now. No more football. It's all about being a hockey player. Whatever. Sterling Point is amazing. Give all the I assume everyone's gonna get nominated for Emmys next year for the show. Right, the show came out after May, so it's gonna be in this thing where, like, it doesn't have to go against Furious. Furious is a limited series, right? And we kind of already know the shows that are gonna get nominated for next year's Emmys because of the way the cutoff works, like Ted Lasso and House of the Dragon, Furious. I think this show, maybe. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna have another Night of The Pit and The Pit season 3 and A Night of the Kingdom season 2 and Silo and all these fucking Apple shows that like nobody is watching, but they're like very good. Like my God, I can't believe that the morning show is coming back in like February. God, maybe this time Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon will actually be in scenes together at the same time. Who knows?